Good morning and welcome to KidNuz, generously sponsored today by the Vitali Siebers of Menlo Park, California, to wish a big, happy 8th birthday to Violet. On this special day, Violet, your mom wants you to know how loved you are by her, your papa, and of course, Mr. Newman, Ricky, Tessa, and Beezus, and that your creativity, intuition, and strength make your whole family proud. I'm Tori. It's Tuesday, February 28th, 2023, the last day of February, and we begin with the search over, as the man known as the Ketchup boat guy has been found. Heinz, which is one of the makers of this popular hamburger topper, wanted to find this sailor who had been lost at sea off the coast of Colombia and survived on nothing but ketchup and some spices for 24 days. 47-year-old Elvis Francois, who had been tossed off course by bad weather, was finally spotted by a plane and rescued. Heinz wanted to give him a special gift, but had a hard time tracking him down on his home island of Dominica. So the ketchup maker posted a Facebook Live video asking for help, and the effort paid off. Heinz plans to give Francois a new state-of-the-art boat, which, according to the Business Insider, the brave sailor says he'll use for fishing or giving tours. Exactly what caused the COVID-19 pandemic? It's still not entirely clear, but the U.S. Energy Department now believes an accidental leak from a laboratory in China is to blame. The department's findings are based on new intelligence and first reported in the Wall Street Journal. The conclusion is considered significant because the Energy Department runs many U.S. labs, some of which conduct advanced biological research. But while the FBI agrees with the lab leak theory, 4 other spy agencies still disagree, saying they think this pandemic was started by natural transmission, while 2 other agencies state there's not enough evidence to come to a clear conclusion. Either way, scientists say it's critical that we find the cause of COVID-19 to learn how to prevent it from happening again. Usually, it's forbidden to throw anything on the field during a sports competition, but that didn't stop fans of a soccer club in Istanbul, Turkey, from tossing thousands of soft toys onto the pitch during a match on Sunday. It was part of an effort to donate toys for children affected by the devastating earthquakes along the Turkey-Syria border. The stuffed bears, rabbits, and other animals started raining down onto the field at 4:17 in the afternoon, the exact moment when the first quake hit back on February 6. As the toys fell onto the grass, many players ran out to collect them and offered thanks for the support. The kind gesture couldn't come soon enough. Another sizable quake jostled the region again yesterday. Robots in classrooms may not be a reality yet, but researchers at the University of Waterloo in Ontario, Canada, found that using a robot can help children with learning disabilities stay focused on their work. A series of tests was done with a small humanoid robot known by the 2 letters QT. And while an instructor controlled the session, the QT robot would take part when called upon and use games, riddles, jokes, breathing exercises, and physical movement to help keep the learning process on track. The study found students who worked with a robot and an instructor were generally more engaged with their tasks compared to those who worked with only an instructor. A paper on the findings was published in Social Robotics, and further studies are planned. In our KidNuz notes, a last-minute scrub kept the crew of SpaceX on the ground early yesterday. The problem was with the ignition fluid that sparks the engines and was found just 2.5 minutes before liftoff. The next opportunity to send these 4 astronauts to the International Space Station will be shortly after midnight Thursday morning. That's it for KidNuz. Now, today's KidNuz quiz. A sailor who was stranded at sea for 24 days survived by eating what? Ketchup and spices. Soccer fans threw what onto the field or pitch at a match in Turkey? Stuffed animals for kids impacted by the Turkey-Syria earthquakes. The small robot that helped children with learning disabilities was known by what 2 letters? QT. When will SpaceX try again to launch 4 astronauts to the International Space Station? Early Thursday morning. In our KidNuz Kicker, nearly everyone loves a good pizza, but you better save up your dough to buy a cheese pie in certain parts of the U.S. A new study shows the states with fewer pizzerias per capita often have the highest pricing. And as part of National Pizza Day earlier this month, Slice, a technology company that partners with 18,000 independent pizza shops all over the country, found the most expensive place to buy a pizza is in Oregon. There, it costs nearly $27 for a large cheese, while the cheapest is in Oklahoma at $12.70. Before we go, we want to again thank the Vitale Siebers of Menlo Park, California for sponsoring today's KidNuz episode. Say happy birthday to Violet and wish her a year ahead that's filled with hope, joy, peace, and lots of fun. And shout out her classmates in Spanish immersion at Laurel School in Menlo Park. We'd like to also give a shout out to some of our other KidNuz classrooms. Ms. Sulef and her Panthers at St. Joseph Catholic School in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Ms. Wiley and her Tropical Wolves at Hiawatha Elementary in Hiawatha, Iowa. Mrs. Carroll and Ms. Turner and their Spartans at Wilson Elementary in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Mrs. Fuller and her Area 51 classroom at Pine Tree Hill Elementary in Camden, South Carolina. And Mrs. Bryson and her Grizzlies at Northwoods Elementary in Cook, Minnesota. Thanks for listening. It really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcasts. We read all your comments, and we might put some of them in our emails and on our website. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.